Alright guys, so for shape 7, although it's not your last shape, shape 7 is actually probably the hardest one to do, just because there's a lot of dimensions and there are a lot of things that you really need to pay attention to. So make sure you're following along closely. First thing is that the dimension is actually missing on your sheet. I don't know why it didn't print, but if you notice the bottom, there's a width of 100 and then a length of 124. So the height over on the left hand side, the 1 got cut off. On your sheet it just says 24. It's actually incorrect. The height is 124. Okay, so the shape is 124 high, 100 wide, and 124 long. So grab your rectangle tool and we are going to start. We're going to do 124 by 100. Okay, so I got 124 over here, 100 on the bottom, and now we're going to go ahead and extrude this. We need to extrude it to 124 inches and click OK. Alright, next, very important that we make sure that we're drawing on the correct side, because 2 of the sides are 124 and then the third side's 100. It's almost a cube, but technically you're looking at it's more rectangular. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to start a sketch and I'm going to click this surface over here. Now I need to verify that this is the right side. This should be the 100-inch long side. So if I click on the bottom here, put a dimension on here, this is telling me it's 100. Okay, that is very important. Make sure you're not on the side where it's 124 inches. We want to be working on the side that's 100 inches. So I did confirm that. Next, if you look, we're going to put in that little rectangular kind of tunnel underneath. That is very easy to do. So we're going to use our line tool and we're going to come over. We're going to start in the bottom right corner, come straight across the bottom, 32 inches. Oops. 32. Then we're going to come straight up 12. And then we're going to, sorry, I don't know why mine's acting weird. I want to come straight up towards the top, 12. I'm going to come straight across, 36. And straight back down. Go ahead and extrude that. I'm sorry, we need our line across the bottom to enclose the shape. We need all 4 sides drawn. Go ahead and extrude it now. It is a tunnel. It is going to run the entire length all the way under the shape. So we want to flip the direction and we want it to go 124 inches. Click OK. Alright, so we got that there. Then I'm going to start another sketch on the same exact side. So I'm going to start a new 2D sketch on this surface, and what we're going to work on now is kind of angling or cutting off these corners. So I'm going to use my line tool. I'm going to go to the upper right corner and I'm going to click and I'm going to slide straight across the top. This dimension is going to be 60, so I'm going to come in 60 inches. Okay, I got that. Then I'm going to switch. I'm going to grab my line tool. I'm going to go down to the bottom right corner here, and I'm going to come straight up the side, 32 inches. And now I'm just going to connect these points. So I'm going to connect the end of my 60-inch line down to the top of my 32-inch line. And I do have to enclose this and make it a complete triangle. Once I got that, I can go ahead and delete my dimensions and reference lines. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to extrude it 18 inches. Extrude. I want to flip it, and I only want to go 18 inches. Click OK. Alright, so there's that part. Next, I'm going to work on cutting out kind of the big rectangular chunk right in the middle. So I'm going to be wanting to start a sketch over here. Start a sketch on this surface now. And this is actually going to be kind of easy because we already cut that corner off. So the only thing I have to do is I'm going to go to the upper right corner. Make sure I click on the right spot. I'm going to come in across the top 18 inches. Okay, and now I can take my rectangle tool. I'm going to connect this point, kind of the bottom of the part we just cut off, and I'm going to connect it up to that 18-inch reference line I just drew. Go ahead and delete your reference line, and we are going to extrude this. We're going to extrude it backwards, and the depth that it needs to be extruded is, oh, give me just a second here, 100 minus 40, that is going to be 60. I'm going to extrude it backwards 60 inches and click OK. Alright, so this is what I got so far. Next, I'm going to spin, and I'm going to go over to the right hand side, and just like we did over here, I'm going to cut this corner off. So I'm going to start a sketch over here on the right hand side, and same dimension. So I'm going to come in across the top. I'm going to come in 60 inches for the top. And then I'm going to use my line tool. I'm going to go to the bottom left corner. I'm going to come straight up 32. And now I'm just going to connect my 60-inch line. Again, this line right here that's kind of showing, this other black line, it's weird. That's for the side that we just cut off. Ignore that. It's not an actual line. It's just kind of the other side showing you if things are lined up. I'm going to go ahead and you might have to turn yours at a little bit of an angle in order to get these lines to work. Okay, so I got my lines. There's my triangle. I'm going to go ahead and extrude it, flip it back, and click OK. Alright, so we got the tunnel, we got the two corners cut off, and we got the big chunk in the middle taken out. Next, we're going to work on the two notches, or the two what kind of look like V shapes. And to do that, I'm going to work on the one in the back first. So I'm going to spin all the way around, and I'm going to start a sketch on the flat back surface. So here we are. I'm going to use my line tool, and I'm going to start in the upper right corner. I'm going to come straight across the top 32 inches. Okay. Then I'm going to come straight across 60 inches. Alright, so I have those two reference lines up there. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my line tool, and I'm going to hover right in the middle of just the 60-inch section I just drew. You take your mouse and you slide it until you see a green dot pop up. That green dot lets you know that you are in the center of the line. So I'm going to click, and I'm going to come straight down 30 inches. And that is the bottom of the V. Okay, so I'm going to take my line tool. I'm going to take the bottom of the 30-inch line I just drew. I'm going to connect it up to the left side of my 60-inch line, and I'm going to take it and connect it up to the right side of my 60-inch line. Go ahead and delete your dimensions and your reference lines. Okay, so this is kind of what I got right now. I'm going to take it, extrude it that way, and there is my top notch. Okay, last one we got to do is right there, the one in the front. And again, I'm going to choose to flip. I'm going to actually start a sketch down here on the bottom. So I'm going to start my 2D sketch right here on this surface. And I'm going to use my line tool. come in across the top. You're going to come in 44 inches. Then you're going to draw another line, which is 36 inches. Okay, same thing we did. We're going to take our line tool and we're just going to kind of slide across that 36-inch line until we get that green dot, which tells us we're right in the middle. And we are going to go straight down 18 inches. Now, same thing. I just take the bottom of this 18-inch line, I connect it to the end of my 30-inch line on the left, and connect it again to the end of my 30-inch line on the right. Go ahead and delete your dimensions, your center point line. Okay, so that's kind of right there what I got on the bottom, and we're going to take that and extrude it upwards. And there we go. Again, not a hard shape necessarily, but there is a lot that you have to pay attention to, a lot of surfaces you have to sketch on. So there is shape 7.